guys, Hafu here, and today I have the Rastakhan's Rumble card review. So, as always, this will be arena ratings. Arena. All right, perfect. Let's go. Just gonna jump into it. I actually usually look at the cards first, but I kind of didn't do it as much this time because I'm dumb. Anyway, let's see how right or wrong I'll be this time. Card 1, Devastate. So, 1 mana warrior card where you'd deal 4 damage to a damaged minion. It's quite good. I think this will be strong. It is, a little bit awkward to play at times, but I think for 1 mana, dealing 4 damage is pretty insane. So, yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it's gonna be a 2. A solid 2. Dragon Roar, 2 mana warrior spell. Add 2 random dragons to your hand. There are a number of new dragons, but they're all fairly good. So yeah, I think will be a great, like a good card. Maybe not amazing, but it's kind of like Omega Assembly, but except you don't have to play on turn 10, and it's just going to be a lot of value for that late game. So yeah, I think it'll be between amazing and good. I don't think it's going to be like top tier because it's just a value card, right? And it doesn't auto win you the game, but it's very good for what it does. So I'm going to put it at 1.5. I think it's a little comparable to Omega Assembly. Most dragons have insane value. So yeah, 1.5. 1.5 for me. Hex Lord Malakras. It is an 8 mana legendary battle cry. Add a copy of your opening hand to your card except this card. So it's just pretty much 8 mana, 5/5, get a bunch of value, right? I think that it's going to be quite good because it's just a value card and it'll be very good for Arena. Like, it's kind of slow for an 8 mana card, but it's just kind of like how Dragon Roar, it's 2 mana, do nothing. This is 8 mana, 5/5, and draw 3 to 4 cards, right? 3 to 4 cards is a lot. So yeah, I think it'll be, I think it's kind of slow though. I'm going to put it at 2. I think it's a good card. Like, would I rather have this or Gruul? I think Gruul is like kind of an average card, right? Especially for legendaries. It's like slightly, like a Gruul would be like a 2.5. Gruul can't be average. It would probably be like a 2.5, but it's not a 2, right? So this, I would probably take this over the Gruul. So it'd probably be a 2. I think a 2 works, right? I don't think you can say it's average. Void Contract, 8 mana, do nothing. Terrible card for Arena. This is kind of a constructed card to ruin combos and whatnot. This is not what you want. 8 mana, do nothing is GG. You may as well, yeah, it's a 5. It's terrible. Sulthraze, it is a warrior epic weapon. Overkill, meaning that you do at least 1 additional damage to it. It's one of the new keywords. You can attack again, so it's basically a board clear at the expense of your life. So it can go face, but then you're not overkilling them. I think it's gonna be good. It's think Fool's Bane. I think it'll be quite good, but I don't think it's gonna be insane because health is a resource, and you're still taking a lot of damage, and it can go face. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna rate this at 2. I think I would still prefer Super Collider, right? I mean, Super Collider is an easy one. Did I rate Super Collider as a 1? I wonder. I don't remember. Anyway, I think this is a solid 2. I think it's very good, but I do think health is somewhat a resource. So yeah, Shirvala. Is that how you say it? Shirvala the Tiger. Divine Shield Rush Lifesteal. It is a Paladin legendary. Costs 1 less for each mana you spent on spells. I think this is borderline unplayable for Arena because you can't really, they lowered the offering rate of spells, right? Yeah, if you're not, it could change depending on how they change the bucket system, but currently you don't have enough spells to play this, right? You need to cast 15 mana worth of spells for this to be playable on turn 10. I mean, 15 mana is a lot of mana. And you not only do you have to have this within your deck, but you have to draw it and play it by the time you've played this. And this will be a dead card the entire time. So as it stands, I mean, if you have a bunch of Sound the Bells, a bunch of cards like that, maybe. But I think this is more of a constructed card. I would have loved to see this, but this is not good enough for Arena. It's just not something that we're gonna see much of, in my opinion. So I think it's gonna be, honestly, I think it's gonna be 5. It's a 5 because, dude, 15 mana. I have to play 15 mana worth of spells to play this at on turn 10. On turn 10. 15 mana in arena. I don't know how many times that happens in Paladin. So I think it's unplayable in turn. It's a 5 for me, which is weird. But yeah, I don't think you can draft it. Surrender to Madness. It is a priest spell. Destroy 3 of your mana crystals. Give all minions in your deck +2/+2. This is a late game meme card, but generally at late game, like priest already has that. So I think it's gonna be pretty bad because it's just too slow. It's something that you cannot play before turn 10, pretty much. And you know, it's just a meme card. And yeah, you're anti-tempoing yourself. It's just bad. I think maybe if it said give all minions in your hand and deck +2/+2, maybe it'll be a little bit more playable. But right now for arena, this looks like a sick 4.5. It would take a lot for me to draft this. I think it's 4.5 bordering 5. It's pretty terrible. High-Reek the Bat. Fill your board with copies of this minion. 8 mana. Fill your board with 1/1s. That's friggin' terrible. So this is 4.5 as well. It does something, so it's not unplayable, but it's freaking miserable. Like, this is bad. It takes a lot to get buff synergy, and man, you would need to buff this a lot for it to be insane. So there you go. 4.5. Sick. Alright, Spirit of the Bat. I don't even know if these things are going to be in arena. They haven't announced anything. I think they will be. So I'm going to just rate them like they will be. Stealth for 1 turn. After a friendly minion dies, give a minion in your hand +1/+1. I think that this is... It's a 2 mana 0/3, man. I think it's pretty bad, but because like it's a 0/3. For this to be worth it, right? For this to be worth it, how many friendly minions do you need to die? 2 or 3, right? 2 or 3. It needs to have at least +2/+2. Probably 3 for it to be good, 2 to be okay. So it's very hard to use. And then, yeah, okay, I think it's probably like a 3.5. It should be like slightly below average because I think you can make it work. It's still an 0/3. It is stealthed, so you can play it while you have other stuff and then you can taunt to protect it. It does, like, you know, it's very nice with flooding and whatnot, but it's probably still gonna be a 3.5 for me. I don't know. Seems weird. Pyromaniac. Whenever your hero power kills a card, draw a card. It's a 3 mana 3/4, already above average, and then it has an upside, so it's good. This is a good card. It's a 2 for me. Baited Arrow. Deal 3 damage, overkill, summon a 5/5 Devil Sword. I think this card is insane. I read this card and yeah, not only it's a hunter card, so you have to. It's like a Bane of Doom that guarantees a 5/5. Right? You need to kill something with 1 or 2 health. The other thing is it can go face. It says deal 3 damage, meaning it can hit your own minions, it can hit your opponent's face, and it's very good. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm going to put it at 1. I think this is the first one. 5 mana, deal 2 damage, and summon a 5/5. I think that's insane. The 3 damage, the overkill makes it a little less flexible, but I mean, Bane of Doom. Think Bane of Doom, right? But I like the flexibility of being able to go face. Spring Power. 1 mana, rush, add a 1/1 links with rush to your hand. It's good. It's just utility and gives you a second one, and it's a beast. I think this is a good card. Yeah, I think it's a 2. It's hard to rate 1-drops as more than 2 because, yeah, but like on Hunter, you do want a bunch of these, but it's 1 mana, 2 1/1 rushes. Like, I think Firefly is still better, right? It does give you some beast synergy. I think it's probably still a 2. It's probably just good. Good is good. It's free pings. Spirit of the Shark. It's a 4 mana 0/3 rogue spirit. Stealth for 1 turn. Your minions battle cries and combos trigger twice. I think this is too cute in my opinion. It's 4 mana to pay for a 0/3, which is very heavy. I don't think I would draft this very highly. You can do some nutty things with it, but at the end of the day, you're still paying 4 mana 0/3. If it gets swept by AoE or something, you're not even setting up for it. I think it's going to be a 4.5 here. I don't think I would draft it. Sharkfin Fan. It's a neutral 2 mana 2/2. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 pirate. This is a freaking 1 on Rogue. This is a 1 on Rogue, and I think it is maybe a 3 on weapon classes and a 4 on everything else. Druid, it's still too slow because it's just like Hench Clan on Druid. Like it's fine, but it's not great because you're expending that 2 mana every turn for that 1/1, and it's okay, but like it's still a two mana 2/2. Yeah, I think it's gonna be amazing on Rogue though. It's kind of like how Hench Clan is on Rogue. Immortal Prelate. Is that how you say it? Immortal Prelate. It's a 2 mana 1/3. Shuffle this into your deck. It keeps any enchantments. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that Murloc thing. Primal Fin Murloc? Primal Murloc Fin? I don't know. The 2 mana 1. Is it a 1/2? That returns spells that you cast on it. Anyway, I don't think it's that good because the consistency of drawing things back is a little awkward, and also it's hard to draft that many buffs for it to be good. So it's just a 2 mana 1/3, which is below average. I think probably it's going to be a 4. Like the stats are really bad, and then if you do buff it, you still have to draw it back for it to be a good. I think okay. I think the stats alone are below average. I guess it has this tiny bit of an upside, so for the upside, I'll give it a 0.5, so 3.5. I think it's still below average, but it's fine. Cannon Barrage. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Repeat for each of your pirates. Should be bad, right? Like you can meme on people with the pirates, but like 6 mana, deal 3 damage. Okay, so if I have 1 pirate, it will do it twice. So 2 pirates is 3 times. Okay, cool. 3 damage then per pirate. Cool. It can go face, which is kind of bad. The fact that you can't control it makes it bad. You can definitely meme with that 2 mana card, you know, if you summon a lot of those, but it takes a lot of setup to be very good. It would take a lot for me to draft this. I don't think it's good enough, especially because it says random enemy and it's not even a random enemy minion. So I think it's going to be below average, maybe unplayable. I would put this at 4.5. Obviously, if you draft a world of pirates, then maybe, but like I don't know how the bucket system's going to work. So 4.5 with the current information that we have. Reign of Toads, 6 mana, summon 3/2/4 toads with taunt, overload for 3. I think this is very good. Yeah, it's essentially you're playing 3 of the 2/4 taunt dudes, the echo taunt. I think it's very good. You overload for 3, which is expensive, but you can play this on turn 6, and I think it's going to be quite good. I think, yeah, it's a taunt wall that you can't really get past, and the overload is generally fine. Yeah, 3 Phantom Militias. I think it's very good. I'm gonna put this at. I would draft this pretty highly. I'm gonna put this at 1.5. I think it's actually very good. 3/2/4 is pretty strong for 6 mana. It's essentially 9 mana, but I mean you can play it on turn 6. You can protect a lot with it, and Shaman really gains a lot from being ahead on the board, and it helps you preserve that. So I think it's good. 1.5. Savage Striker. Deal damage to an enemy minion equal to your hero's attack. It has a cute battle cry. A 2/3 is, like, honestly, right now in today's meta, 2-drops are quite weak. I would say 2-drops, even 2 mana 2/3s, are below average, right? Like, average to below average. I think 2 mana 2/3s, like a River Croc, is probably like a 2.5. Oh, sorry, a 3.5, right? So it has an upside, but I don't think that upside matters that much, because you have to kind of play like hero power, or you have to play like Nash or Bite and stuff like that, and that seems bad. So I think it's still just an average card. I'm gonna put it at 3. I think if a River Croc is a 3.5, then this would be a 3. Timeout. 3 mana Paladin card. Your hero is immune until next turn. This is unplayable. It is a 5 because health is a resource that you care the least about in Arena. I think this is a constructed card, and it's 3 mana do nothing. Yeah, it's just not good. I think it's a 5. I don't even think it's playable. Okay, Tigger Scalper. 4 mana 5/3 draw 2 cards. I think it should be quite good still. It'd be insane the other way, but yeah, I think it's still going to be quite good. Like, drawing cards in Arena is insane, and the stats are honestly fine, right? The stats are fine for what it does. So yeah, it challenges 4/4s, which is the big thing. It challenges 4/5s, and it overkills them even. So I think it's going to be quite strong, especially with the lack of spells in Arena right now. I think it's going to be 1.5. I would draft this pretty highly because card draw is just insane. I mean, when you think about Minstrel, how good that card is, this is kind of comparable and it has better stats than that. It does have that conditional thing, but like it does require your opponent to have an answer. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put it at 1.5. It doesn't draw 2 on Senjin, but I mean, if you have any other source of damage first, you can, right? Anyway, heavy metal. Summon a random minion with cost equal to your armor up to 10. It's just not good enough in Arena, in my opinion. Like, it's really hard to gain armor, and it's too random. So I think it's a 4.5. Like, obviously you can do, it does something, right? But like, it's bad. So yeah. I mean, a 6 mana 1/1 is still a 6 mana 1/1, and it's still a card. It's not like the other card that says do nothing. So yeah, it's a 4.5. You can do kind of cute things with it, right? But like, it takes a lot, and it's kind of hard to rely on armor gain. One Psalm to the Dead. There, I said it. 7 mana 7/7 draw 1 cost minions until from your deck until your hand is full. So it is a War Golem with an upside. You don't really draft 1 cost minions. Maybe you'll have some oracles, maybe an Northshire Cleric, but it's a War Golem is, I would say, a 3. If a War Golem is 3.5, this is a 3, right? Like, it's not that good. If a War Golem is the 3.5, then this would be a 3. If you have a lot of oracles, a lot of Northshires, maybe you can bump it up more, but like, that's very conditional. You're generally not drafting that many 1-drops. So yeah, it is a 3. Spirit of the Dead. Oh, this is one that you could draw. Stealth for 1 turn. After a friendly minion dies, shuffle 1 cost copy of it into your deck. So this combos with this. Cute. Okay. I don't like it. I still think it's not that great. I mean, 1 cost copy is pretty sick. You're still kind of paying for a card to do nothing, and generally don't want to do nothing. So yeah, it's kind of cute for value, but I think this is one of the better ones that we've seen. Maybe like a 3. It's a very high roll card. Probably like a 3 point. No, probably like a 3.5. I think this is kind of close to a River Croc in value because it's often not going to do anything. It doesn't do anything to help you win the board, but it does get you tempo because anything that dies, you get that card as a 1/1 shuffled in. It's a 1 mana copy. It's not like a 1 mana 1/1 copy. It's just a 1 mana copy of the card. So that's kind of interesting, right? You can kind of cheese with that. So I think it has about the value of a River Croc. It's very high rolly. I'd say 3.5. Belligerent Gnome. Taunt. If your opponent has 2 or more minions, gain 1 attack. Poor Silverback Patriarch, man. So it's a Silverback Patriarch for 2, and it's a 2/4 if they have 2 or more minions. That's very good. It's a 2 mana 2/4 taunt. This is very good. This is a 2. I think this is a 2-drop that I would play, and yeah, I think it's a good card. I think it's a 2. It has a battle cry, but it doesn't matter. It still keeps the taunt regardless, and a 2 mana 1/4 taunt is fine. And then it has a 2 mana 2/4 taunt is good. Oh, I'm gonna put it at 2. A good. Undasta. 9 mana neutral beast. Rush. Overkill summon a beast from your hand. There's a lot of good beasts right now, so I think that's fine. The overkill part is pretty cool. The 9 mana 7/7 rush. It is essentially the charged Devil Soar. For 1 more mana, you get the overkill, and that's quite good. I think just 9 mana 7/7 rush is already fine, right? It's already pretty solid. The overkill part is very nice, so I will put this at I think with the amount of beasts in Arena right now, you can really make it work. So I'm going to put this at a 1.5. I think it's good. It's very good. Free Violet Worms. Pog. Janelai, the Dragon Hawk. If your hero power dealt 8 damage this game, summon a Rag, the Firelord. This is not going to happen in Arena. You really can't ping every turn on Mage. You just can't. This is for like odd Mage, right? In Constructed. You're not going to ping 8 times. You're just not going to do it. And if you do, I don't know what turn that would be. That would be like turn 15. Like, realistically, at what point can you ping 8 times? Like, on one turn. You can't, okay, let's say you ping on turn 2. You're probably not pinging on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, you know, you're just not pinging. You have to ping forever. I think it would take way too long. So for that, it's a 7 mana 4/4, which is bad. So below average. Worse than that, 4.5. 4.5 in arena. 7 mana 4/4 is terrible. Spirit of the Dragonhawk. Stealth for 1 turn. Your hero power also targets adjacent minions. This is pretty good, honestly. This is shooting star. It turns your card, like it turns your hero power into shooting star, and which is fine. And it's still a body that needs to be dealt with. So I will put this at 3. I think it's average card. It's 4 mana for a shooting star, but it does have to be dealt with. Daring Fire Eater. Your next hero power this turn deals 2 more damage. So this stuff is all like comboing together, right? Your next hero power deals 2 more damage, but you're also still drafting like all of these cards together. It's just not good enough. And it would take a lot for like this to work in arena. Even if you have cards like this, I still don't really see it happening. Because ping is still a ping. It's still arena and it's not good enough. But yeah, it's a 1 mana 1/1. And your hero power does 3 damage. Maybe it freaking AoEs their board. But like, 1, you have to draw all these things together, and 2, they have to flood and not kill this thing. I don't know. It's like too much to happen. Oh, it's deal 8 damage this game, not ping 8 times. Huh. So then this would count as deal 3, right? Would this count deal 3? It does, right? And then this would count. So if you just do these 2 together, you've done 9 damage. If you play these 2 together and you AoE something, you can play this on 7. Oh, that's still a lot to ask for in arena. Okay, I'm gonna change my rating on this card to a 4 instead of a 4.5 because it seems more doable. Let's do 4. It's still a shit card. If you fucking pull this off, you're a god, and I'd be salty as fuck. But yeah, this card is probably okay. It's a 1 mana card that gives you access to deal 3 damage, which is nice. So yeah, I think this is an okay card. I would put this at average. I think it's a 3. Water Boy. Your next hero power this turn costs 0. It's really good on Rogue. It's pretty good on Mage. It's really good on Rogue, man. It's so much tempo for a Rogue. Oh my god. I think this is bad on most classes, and it's very good on Rogue. I'm gonna rate this as a 2 on Rogue and a 3 on everything else. Probably a 4 on like Warrior, Hunter. Yeah, I mean it just depends on what your hero power is, right? Your Warrior hero power does nothing. Priest hero power generally on like you can't play this on turn 2 if you're doing it on Priest, right? It's pretty bad on Priest. And you're getting a 2/1 instead of a hero power. I think it's just gonna be good on Rogue and pretty meh on everything else. Like a 2 on Rogue and 3.5 on everything else. Something like that. I think everyone forgot how shit Fencing Coach was. Yeah, but I mean this isn't really Fencing Coach, and also like on Rogue, hero powering is insane. So I think it's quite good. Yeah, on Warlock it's okay. You get a card for a 2/1 body. I mean, it's still a 2/1 body. And also, 2 mana 2/1 is better than a 3 mana 2/2. High Priest Jet Click. Taunt Lifesteal. When you discard this, add 2 copies to your hand. I think the discard part is like whatever, because it's really hard to control in arena. The Taunt Lifesteal is already pretty playable, honestly, because life gain is really good in arena. So I think it's fine. I think the discard thing is just cute, right? But it's kind of hard to control. I think it's going to be, what would I pay for a 4 mana 3/4 lifesteal? The life gain is very relevant on Warlock. I think it's like a 2.5 because life gain is ridiculous on Warlock, and this generally will gain at least 6 life, right? So yeah, maybe like a 2.5 to 3. I would say 3, and then because it has that upside of the discard, 2.5. Yeah, it's also a taunt, which is really insane. Yeah, probably a 2.5 for me. Shriek. Discard your lowest cost card. Deal 2 damage to all minions. This is very good because AoE is very good in arena. You are paying 2 for 1, but it is a 1 mana clear, which is very good. So I'm gonna put this at 1.5. I think it's very close to top tier, but you are still paying 2 cards for this. And yeah, it's essentially Shriek plus your lowest cost card, and yeah, I think this will combo nicely with stuff like Ravencaller. But it is insane cheap tempo. It does kind of screw your hand when you discard stuff though. But yeah, I'm gonna put this at 1.5. I think it's very close to a 1. Soul Warden, 6 mana 6/6. Add 3 cards you've discarded this game to your hand. So it combos with a Shriek, and it combos with this other thing. And it's a 6 mana 6/6. So the stats are already fine. The stats are like average. Like Boulder Fist right now is like a 2.5. This would be average. I would say this is a 3 for stats. And then it has the upside. So the upside, I bump it up to a... Honestly, depending on how many discard cards... I don't know how many discard cards they're coming out with. I don't know if this is the last one or not. But if there's more than this, then it might be bumped up to a 2, but I'm thinking of 2.5 right now. It's 2.5. Reckless Dire Troll. It's a 3-mana 2/6 taunt. Discard your lowest cost card. So a 3-mana 2/6, you're paying for a Stegodon for one less mana. Yeah, I don't really like the stat line of 2/6, but it is a taunt on Warlock, which is nice. You do have some discard synergy. I don't like it that much. I think it's gonna be a 3. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't like the stat line. I'm not too happy when I play a Stegodon, and I don't think I'd be that happy playing this on turn 3, regardless. And I think discard actually does hurt your hand a lot, right? Like it is still arena, and like I understand that Warlocks have infinite cards, but you still need the cards in your hand. So I think it's average. I think a Stegodon is below average, and I think this is just average. I don't really like it. Honestly, I think it's a 3.5. Final answer, 3.5. I just don't like this card. Anyway, Zentimo. It's a 3-mana 1/3 Shaman card. Whenever you target a minion with a spell, it also targets adjacent ones. Woo! Unstable Evolution! Woo! It's kind of hard to use because how many combos can you really do? You need to play this and then like Hex, or you need to do this with like Unstable, which is insane. You need to do this with Unstable's insane, man. Oh my god. Oh, I'm excited for this with Unstable. But yeah, you're paying a 3-mana 1/3 and you need to hold it until you just get insane value from it. It's probably still playable. Like Hex, Lightning Bolt, like it's just a little too cute, I think. I think if you the thing is it's just a high roll card. It's so hard to rate these things because I don't know how many spells your deck has. I think if you have 3 targetable spells, then you can probably play this. Like, you need to draw, and Shaman already have so much trouble drawing. I feel like that's one of the biggest issues of Shaman in Arena is they don't have, like, innate card draw. So they just run out of steam, and they have a lot of cards that combo very strongly together. But without the card draw, you don't have the consistency to draw them. So I want to love this card, and I'm probably going to draft this a lot because memes. But it's probably still just a 3. And, yeah, if you have, like, double Unstable Evolution, I think I would bump it up to a 1. Because that's insane, and you just win the game. But, like, it's just a meme card, right? I think you need at least 3 cards for this to work, and if you have 3 targetable cards, it's probably a 3. If you have more than that, it's probably, like, goes up in value. I don't know. I don't know how to rate cards like this, because I don't know how the drafting system's gonna work. In today's draft, it feels like it doesn't work that well. I don't know. Question mark on the rating, like... Okay. A new challenger. Discover a 6-cost minion. Summon it with Taunt and Divine Shield. So Discover means it can only be within the class. So you're playing it on Paladin. So it could be like, has a high chance to be the 6-mana Tarim, right? Has a high chance to be Tarim. It would be a 3/7 Divine Shield for 7 mana, which is very good. I would play that card. Sunwalker obviously already has Taunt and Divine Shield. If you get like... You can get like Cairn. You can get like Boulder Fist would be insane. Bone Drake would be insane. Oh, the 5/12 Monkas, dude. Stego would be freaking nuts. Oh man, I'd be so mad if that happened to me in Arena. Oh shit. On the low end, it's like 4/4s, right? And are there 3/3s? I feel like there's gonna be 3/3s. 6-mana cards. Yeah, I think on average this would be very good because Taunt Divine Shield is fine. And I think you're on average going to get Sunwalker, a better Sunwalker, and it can high roll like crazy. I think this is going to be, I'm going to put this at 1 or 1.5. I think it's honestly a 1. Like, I think this is nutty. I'm going to put this at 1. I really think it's going to be pretty insane. Taunt and Divine Shield is very underrated, and it's very good. Moving on. Gurubashi Chicken. 1 mana, 1/1, overkill, gain 5 attack. This is terrible. It is a 4.5. It is a 4.5. It's a 1/1. It's a 1 mana, 1/1. I don't want to play it. You don't want to play it. We hope to not see it. Next. Ironhide Direhorn. 7 mana 7/7 overkill summon a 5/5 Ironhide front. This is a 1. It is a war golem that needs to be dealt with right away. Otherwise you just win the game. And those cards are 1s for me. So this is the easiest one of my life. This is the best card I've seen yet. And it is a 1. Holy shit. Because this is every turn that it overkills something, it summons the Iron Heart. That's insane. So yeah, it just snowballs out of control. Druid's gonna be nuts depending on how they bucket this. Grawl the Shark. Battle Cry. Eat a minion in your deck and gain its stats. Death Rattle, add it to your hand. Hyrule Central over here. This is just a Hyrule card. Are you good at the game? So I need this to eat at least like a 3/3. But I'm mostly drafting high cost cards, right? I think it will be very good because you get the stats, like you get the card back. So it draws you a card essentially. And the Battle Cry allows you to high roll like crazy. And in most decks, you're not drafting 2 drops or 1 drops. You're mostly drafting 3 drops and up. So, like, yeah, I would say this is very good. You eat the average 4 drop. Let's just even say, like, you eat 3/3 or 3/4. It's going to be pretty nuts, I think. If you eat, like, a Tar Creeper, it's a 3/7. That's fine. If you eat, like, a 5 drop, let's say you eat a 5/5, it's 5 and a 7/7? Draws you a card? That's insane. I think this would be an insane card. I think this is a 1.5. I think it's honestly probably a 1. This is probably a 1, isn't it? Because it eats something, it gains the stats, and then you still draw the card. That's insane. I think even if you low roll it, like one of the worst cases would be like Basilisk, right? Then you have a 3/3 and you're a little sad, but then you still have a Basilisk in your hand after it dies. Seems good. I think it's going to be a 1.5. 1.5 because I think the high roll potential of it is much more likely, and it's gonna be really like honestly never mind. I take it back. It's a 1. I'm putting it as a 1. Final answer. It should end the game. On average, I think this is just like a card that ends games. So I'm gonna 1. Alright, moving on. Untamed Beastmaster. 3 and a 3/4. Whenever you draw a beast, give it +2/+2. Hyrule City, man. This is insane. There's a lot of new beasts coming to Arena, and you want 3 mana 3/4s. That's already like a 2.5. And then it has a super Hyrule on it. It's a 1.5. I think it's a 1.5 because if it hits once, you win. Like, I feel like if you hit once, the game ends. And that's kind of dumb. So I think it's a 1.5. It's not terribly consistent, but you don't need it to be consistent because you would play this anyway. So a 1.5 for me. You don't need it to be consistent when you would play this anyway, right? +2/+2 is insane. All right. War Master Bone. Copy all dragons in your hand. It's a 4 mana 4/3. No, I don't think so. I don't know how many dragons you're going to get, but it's probably not going to be consistent enough. The stats are fine, but it's not going to be insane. And yeah, it's generally you're going to, I don't know. It seems fine. It's probably a 3 because the stats are fine, right? The stats are below average, right? Stats I would put at 4, and then it has a battle cry, so we'll give it a 1. If it copies even 1 dragon, I think that's already a 1. Because it's essentially 4 mana 4/3 body that draws that has 1 extra card, and then you can high roll with it further. So yeah, I'm gonna put it at a solid 3. You obviously need to have dragons for it to be a 3, but I'm sure you wouldn't be an idiot and draft this if you didn't have dragons. Oh, also this combos with the new card. The 2 mana give you 2 dragons, right? So that's already +2. And then you can probably just draft an 8 dragons. So this is probably pretty good. I don't know how often you get offered everything. But yeah, 4 mana 4/3 is just fine. It challenges most 4 drops, so you're good. Should be I take it back. I think it's a 2.5 because of the new card, the dragon thing. Smolderthorn Lancer. If you're holding a dragon, destroy a damaged enemy minion. That's insane. So it's a 3 mana 3/2, which is you're overpaying, but yeah, the upside is fucking nuts, dude. The upside is nuts. So we have a lot of dragon synergy in Warrior. You just have to pick dragons a little bit higher, and that's fine. The upside is you get an execute. That's good. The 3 mana 3/2 isn't that terrible. I'd rather have a 3 mana 3/2 than a 3 mana 2/3 probably. So yeah, I'm gonna put this at good. I think it's a good card too. Spirit of the Tiger. Stealth for 1 turn. After you cast a spell, summon a tiger with stats equal to its cost. It's insane with Kings. It's insane with Steed. Man, it's really insane with those 2 cards. Pretty insane with Sound the Bells. It's pretty insane with Shrink Ray. This card is really good. Holy shit. Because it has stealth, and I mean, you're a paladin. You should have buff cards. And it pays for itself because you're generally going to cast something. It's insane with Shrink Ray because after you cast. So I cast it first, everything's a 1/1, including this thing. And then I get the 5-drop. That's pretty nuts. Avenging Wrath, you get a 6-drop. Steed, you get a 6-drop. Dino Size, you win the game. Shrink Ray summons a 1/1? No, it doesn't. It says after. So that means the spell goes off and then after. It actually applies Shrink Ray. Toast tested it. Then it's worded wrong. Okay, well then that's not my fault. How am I supposed to know? Alright, they already tested it. They're changing it to whenever you cast a spell? Okay, well I have no idea then. When they fix this card, I will give it a proper rating. But for right now, let's just assume that the words on this will work, right? I think that's fair. Because right now, after you cast a spell is different than whenever you cast a spell. Whenever you cast a spell, it's like Violet Teacher, right? After you cast a spell is like Pyro. I mean, these things are different. After is better because whenever you cast a spell, if it said whenever and I press Shrink Ray, then it will make my 5 mana thing and then it will turn it into a 1/1 and I'll be sad. After I cast a spell, if I play Shrink Ray, it'll Shrink Ray everything and then I will then it will summon a 5/5. So right now, I'm gonna assume that the words on this text are true, even though it's not right now. I don't know. I'm gonna just assume because they have to change things. So right now, with what I see in front of me, it is very good. I'm gonna put this at 2 because I think if you get this off with anything else and you can set up for it, right, it will end games. And for that reason, it is a 2. But, seeing that it's conditional, it's a little bit worse, right? Because if it were not conditional, then it would be like a 1. But it's still 4 mana 0/3. You need to have the buff in your hand. I think that's all doable, and I think it's going to be good. So yes, a 2 for me. All right, I think this is actually going to be nuts. But I wonder how consistent you can get this as well as buff cards. Okay, Hakari the Soul Flare, Death Rattle. Shuffle a Corrupted Blood into each player's deck. Corrupted Blood, cast when drawn. Take 3 damage after you draw. Shuffle 2 copies of this into your deck. Oh man, Jesus. So it's a meme card. So it's a... Wait, what the hell? Okay, it's a 10 mana 9/6 with a Death Rattle that just kills people. And it's terrible. This is bad. It's a 10 mana 9/6. You should not care about the Corrupted Blood part, I think. Like, it's just bad. It's a 10 mana 9/6, which is a 4.5. So it's a 4.5. Grave Horror, Taunt. Costs 1 less for each spell you've cast this game. Priests have a lot of spells. It's very good. You need to cast 5 spells for it to be 7 mana. I think at 7 mana you play this, right? And you're pretty happy, and I think it could be even cheaper. I think this card will be pretty insane because the amount of spells that priests get is much higher. 5 is a lot. Yeah, but I think it's very doable. I think it's going to be a 2. I think it's going to be very strong. I think it's a 2 or a 1.5. I actually think priests play so many spells. I'm going to rate this at a 1.5. I think it's going to be very strong. A 1.5 for me. Final answer. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like priests cast so many spells. Shadow Visions expedites it too. Yeah, a lot of the spells like Psionic Probe makes more spells. Extra Arms makes more spells. You know, like there's a lot of this. Devour Mind, Thought Steal. There's just a lot of things to make spells. Coin is a spell. Like I think it's final answer 1.5. Zandalari Templar. 4 mana 4/4. Battle cry. If you've restored 10 health this game, gain +4/+4 in taunt. So it's a 4 mana 8/8. I know that they're adding a lot of healing. I don't know how much. I think 10 is a lot. A 4 mana 4/4 is fine. It's like an average card, so it has an upside. I'll bump it up to a 2.5, maybe a 2, depending on what it is. The upside is insane. I think the upside is so good that I rate it at a 2. But like, yeah, restoring health is a little bit hard to do. It's probably a 2. It's probably a 2. I have to see how much healing there is, but I'm guessing a lot, so a 2. Raiding Party. Draw 2 pirates from your deck and a weapon. Combo, draw 3 cards. You need the pirates though. I don't know how consistent this can be. Let's say it draws 1 card and a weapon. I don't know how many pirates there are going to be. I know that on Rogue, I'm already going to draft that 2 mana 2/2 pirate pretty highly, but in Arena, there's just too many inconsistencies, so it's probably gonna just be like if it goes off, it's like a 2, right? But if you don't have the pirates, then it's like a 4. So I don't know how to rate these cards when you don't know. You do have to combo, but that's fine. I mean, combo is fine. It's still 3 mana to do all this stuff. It's not like you're playing this on turn 3. But yeah, it just depends on how they add pirates to the bucket system. I just don't know how many pirates will be offered. Sorry, Ed. I don't know how Ed's gonna rate this 4 too. Like I don't know, freaking know. Fire Tree Witch Doctor, battle card. Oh, this is the one I revealed. Da 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 da. Anyway, 2 mana 2/2 battle card. If you're holding a dragon, discover a spell. I think this will be very good. This is the kind of 2 drops that you want because it's something you can play on 2. The stats are okay, and also dragons are quite good. So yeah, the upside is very good. I think it will be a good card. A 2! A solid 2! These are the types of 2s that we want. Revenge of the Wild. Summon your beast that died this turn. That's gonna be nuts, I think. I think it will be nuts because you can trade first yourself and then you could just... That's insane. I think this will be a 1. I know that it's conditional, but like the fact that you can do it with Unleash the Hounds, or you can just unleash and then trade, and then just use this again. It's definitely a combo card, but I think it will be amazing because the tempo that it'll bring, conditional, but the tempo it'll bring will be nuts. And it will also make people have to trade with you forever, which is insane. I think this is a 1. I'm gonna call a 1 here. Seems insane to me. High Priest Decal. Convert all but one of your hero's health and armor into armor. It doesn't really matter. The battle card doesn't really matter for us. I mean, it's nice for like the healing things. But yeah, it's a 3 mana 3/4 with kind of an upside, I guess. Sure, let's say it's an upside. So if a 3 mana 3/4 is a 2.5, this is like a 2.5. It's still a 2.5, I think. A 3 mana 3/4 is above average, I would say. Right? It's like slightly above average. So this would be still a 2.5. I think it's still a 2. Yeah, 2.4. Take that. A 2.4. Oh shit. Blast Wave. Deal 2 damage to all minions. Overkill. Add a random mage spell to your hand. That's really good. 5 mana 2 damage AoE is fine. And then the overkill component's pretty nuts. Yeah. I mean, the overkill is just insane. I'm going to do 1. I'm going to put this at 1. I think the value with it is just nutty. Man, imagine doing this after your opponent, like you kill a Violet Worm and then you do this and you just have your hand is just all spells. Crazy, crazy. Walk the plank. Destroy an undamaged minion. This is a 1. This is nuts. This is freaking nuts, dude. Yeah, it's conditional. Who cares? It's a 4 mana assassinate. That's great. 4 mana assassinate. It's slightly conditional, but like whatever. Oh man, I can already imagine being salty. Like a mage is sniping you or sniping us, and then they play like a Violet Worm, and then they ping their freaking Violet Worm. I swear to God, I will rage. Oh my gosh, I can already imagine it. But yeah, I think it's a 1. It's just crazy. It's a 4 mana assassinate. That's great. Lick him! 2 mana 1/3 Shaman weapon has 2 attack while you have overloaded mana crystals. Honestly, a 2 mana 1/3 weapon is okay. It's like a shitty axe, yeah, but like it's okay. A 2 mana 3/3 is insane, and you play this, then you play Feral Spirits, and then you smile. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a good card. I'm gonna rate it as a 2.5. I still think Axe is probably better because it's more consistent, but I think this is fine. You know, you don't have to swing every turn with it. You can just wait till you overload, and it's very good. And also, like, just having pings and Shaman is fine. 2.5 is good. All right, 3 mana 2. I'm losing my voice. 3 mana 2/4. Masked Contender. Battle cry. If you control a secret, play a secret from your deck. So there are 4 secret classes, correct? Rogue, Mage. Well, you're never playing Rogue secrets. Mage, Hunter, Paladin, Rogue. So on the secret classes, okay, so on a non-secret class, it is an even rogue. Because, like, when are you ever drafting 2 rogue secrets? It's a 4.5, right? Not 4.5. It's a 4. It's a 4 for a non-secret class. On a secret class, on Hunter and Mage, I would say in Paladin, it's still pretty bad. Like, why are you drafting 2 secrets, right? It's just bad. On Hunter and Mage, it's insane on those. It's pretty insane because it draws it and it plays it. That's insane. I think if you have 2 to 3 secrets, that this is probably a 2. Man, it's so hard to imagine these things. I know that the new Mage secret's insane. So I would say that that's something that's insane. But yeah, I don't know how many other new secrets there are. I think this is a 4 on non-secret classes, and I think on hunter and on mage specifically, I think this is probably a 2. If you have the secrets. Okay, moving on. Gurubashi Hype Min. 7 mana 5/7, Battle Cry. Discover a 1/1 copy of a Battle Cry minion. It costs 1. So something to note, it does discover favors class cards, right? But a lot of the cards that are very good are actually combo cards and not battle cries. So it doesn't work. You can discover itself, but it doesn't work on like Vilespine or Minstrel or Edwin, right? These are all combo cards. SI Agent, it's a combo card, not a battle cry. I think some people forget that. But the things that it does have is it's very good with the 4 mana 4/4, the spiders. The spiders are very good. Yeah, and battle cry cards are generally good. Works with like fungal and stuff. Anyway, it should be pretty good because the 7 mana 5/7, the stats are fine. It's not great, but it's fine, and it has that upside. And because it has that upside, oh, it has that 5 mana shark. Oh, that's gonna be insane. I think this card will be very good. I think it's gonna be a 1.5. I'm gonna say 1.5. I think this will be nutty. Oh, giggling is the battle cry. Yeah, I think it's a 1.5. Very often you will draw something good, right? Almani Warbear, Rush Taunt. It's a beast. I think this is really good. I think Rush is insane. I think the stats are fine for what it is, because for 7 mana, let's say for 7 mana, they have a 5/5 on the board, and you kill it. You have a 5/2 taunt left over. I think that's nutty, right? And you can still play this on turn 7 and generally be happy, and for it to have Rush is nuts. So I think it's a 1.5. It is very, very good. And it's a beast. Pog, dude. Oh my god, this with that new card? With the new Hunter card? Pog. Alright, Suit Vendor. 2 mana 1/4. Whenever you restore 3 or more health to your hero, draw a card. It's just bad, right? It's just bad. It's a conditional draw card in a 2 mana 1/4. 1/4s are the worst stats in the game. One of the worst stat lines in the game. And you have to restore 3 at once. So it's very hard to get this comboed. It's probably a 4. I guess it's a 4.5 on its stats and a 4 because it has an upside. Rabbit Bouncer. Rabbit Bouncer. Rabble Bouncer. 7 mana 2/7. Taunt. Costs 1 less for each minion. So if they have 3 minions, this costs 4. Once they have 3 minions, this is worth it. That's really good. It gets eaten by the Mossy, but like you can't think about that too much, I think. Something that helps you stabilize. And yeah, it should be a good card. It's a 2 for me. Like, if they have 3 minions and this is a 4 mana card, it's good. And it's flexible. So yeah, I think it's a 2. I think it's quite strong. Princess Talanji. 8 mana 7/5. Summon all minions from your hand that didn't start in your deck. So you're playing this with like Bone Drakes and Thought Steals and stuff. It's a little too cute in my opinion. And I think it takes too much time to set up. So it's an 8 mana 7/5. I don't like it. I think it's too hard to make this work. So that just means didn't start on your deck. You have to steal their cards. So it's conditional and you have to hold on to those cards. I don't know. I think it's kind of bad. Stonehill makes it not trash. Yeah, you have to have the Stonehill though. You have to have the Stonehill. You have to have all these cards. I don't really like conditional stuff like this. I don't know how to rate them. I don't know how many of them you have. Stonehill. We have the Bone Drake. We have the Pinata. We have Thought Steal. We have Devour Mind. We have Mind Vision. We have Cloning Device. I think if this summons one thing, I think I'm pretty happy. I think if it summons one thing, I'm pretty happy. I'm trying to think about this. I think you can make it work, but I think it's hard to. I'm gonna rate it at a 2. Because I think if you're drafting this, you're probably gonna have a lot of things that combo with it. And it will be insane if you can just summon things from your hand. I'm gonna rate it at a 2. It's an 8 mana 7/5. But the battle cry is insane. And I think it can end games. Because things that just like when we think about Oakheart, right? Oakheart is insane, right? Oakheart is insane. When you just play in arena, even if it gets you like trash cards, it's still like an insane board state. So if you have anything, even if it summons one, or if summons one or more, I think it'll be insane. So I'm gonna put this at a 2. It is conditional. It does take some setup, but I think it'll work. 2. Haunting Visions. The next spell you cast this turn costs 3 less. Discover a spell. It is a Shaman spell. The next spell you cast this turn costs 3 less, and you discover a spell. That's good, right? There's a lot of bad Shaman spells though. So the thing is, there's a lot of spells that they don't have in Arena. There's like Ancestral Healing. There's the Totemic Might. What else did they take out? There's another one. There's like a lot of bad Shaman spells. Ice Fishing, Wind Fury. Yeah, but it's a high roll card. But you can also get like Volcano, Stormbringer. I would take Unstable. I would pay 3 mana for it to give me a Unstable. Shit, I have no idea, dude. Yeah, you have to play it this turn. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you just discover the spell and then you don't have to play a spell. It's probably fine. It's probably a good card. I'm gonna put it at 2 because Discover is pretty good, and then it pays for itself in some cases. If you get Volcano or something, you just clear. Seems good. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 2. Predatory Instincts. Draw a beast from your deck, double its health. I think this is insane. I said insane, but I don't know. I was talking to David. He doesn't think it's insane for Arena. I think it's insane, especially if you draw the 7/7 and you double the health. Like friggin' GG, man. GG no re. That's so good. It's 4 mana draw a card. Like 2 mana to draw a card is like meh, right? It's like okay, but it's like that and Divine Spiriting it. I think I would play this. I think it wins the game a lot of the time. And I'm going to go ahead and say that it's good. I'm going to say it's a 2. I think this is better than people think. I really do. I'm going to rate this at a 2, and maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, like generally the beasts that you're going to draft are going to be high value ones regardless. So yeah, I think it's good. I'm rating it at a 2. I will see you in 2 months, and we can talk about it then. Serenade Taskmaster. 1 mana 2/3. Summon a 0/3 free agent with taunt for your opponent. So it's a Death Rattle, give them a 0/3 taunt. I think it's pretty good. 1 mana 2/3 is pretty good. Yeah, it's a 1 mana 2/3. It's a zombie child, except you give them a 0/3 taunt. Generally, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's a good card. It's a 2. I would take this pretty highly. The 0/3s are annoying, but like you'll be fine, I think. It's a 1-drop I would actually draft. Murloc Tasty Fin. 4 mana 3/2. Draw 2 Murlocs from your deck. It just depends on how many Murlocs you have. Like 4 mana 3/2 draw 2 is like good. It's what is that card called? It's a Minstrel. It's insane if you have the Murlocs, but unfortunately Murlocs are pretty bad. So it's most likely going to be unplayable. But let's say if I have this and 3 additional Murlocs, this is a 2. If I don't have 4 Murlocs, like I need this and 3 additional Murlocs for it to work, I think. So I need 4 total Murlocs. Like, in what world does this work in Arena? I feel like it just doesn't work for Arena. Maybe on Shaman when you have like the Echo Murloc. Like, I don't see how I'm drafting 4 Murlocs. But if you have 4 Murlocs, it's a 2. If you don't have 4 Murlocs, it's a 4.5. Or maybe not a 4.5. It's still 4 mana 3/2. It's probably a 4. It's a 2 or a 4, depending on if you have it or not. It's like a 1.5, honestly, if it draws 2. If it doesn't draw 2, if it draws 1, it's a 2, and if it doesn't draw anything, it's a 4. There you have it. I don't know how many Murlocs you're gonna get. I just don't know. I can't tell you. All right, Overlord's Whip. It is a warrior card. After you play a minion, deal 1 damage to it. It's a 3 mana 2/4. Yeah, it's bad, right? I don't really like it. I think it's a below average. I mean, you don't have enough health to just take it over and over and over again, and honestly doing 2 damage isn't really enough anymore. Like I've found that I like Woodcutter's Axe less and less in Arena. So yeah, I don't really like this card. I think it's a 3.5. So honestly it's probably just a 4. It's probably just a 4. It is a weapon, but like you don't really want to deal damage to your own minions. There's very few synergies. There's like summon rage cards, acolyte, you know, like it's just I don't think it's good. I'm gonna say it's below average 4. Final answer. Totemic Smash. Deal 2 damage. Overkill. Summon a basic totem. Can go face. Deal 2 damage. It's a 1 mana smite with an upside, right? The thing is, totems don't do much in Arena. I think it's just a 3. I think it's a 3. You don't. It's really hard to play cards like this now. I think. I think it's very hard to play cards like this because totems just don't do anything. Uh, like it can do 3 damage if you spell power Pog. So I don't know. That's just not too terribly exciting for me. The overkill, meh. I don't know. I think it's a 3. I think it's just average. I think like cards like Holy Smite, Arcane Shaw, all those cards are just like very average right now because you kind of need more for Arena right now in today's meta. So yeah, because it falls into the same bucket, it's a 3. Spirit of the Raptor, 1 mana, 0/3. After your hero attacks and kills minion, draw a card. Doesn't this only work once? It more or less only works once. It's a 1 mana 0/3 that cycles 1 card, right? It's generally gonna just cycle once, maybe twice. It'd be insane if it cycles twice, but it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's a 4.5. I wouldn't take it. Arcanosaur, 6 mana 3/3 mage elemental. If you've played an elemental last turn, deal 3 damage to all other minions. This card is insane. It's a Duskbreaker with an elemental tag. Mages already have insane elementals. They take them pretty highly. Duskbreaker, 6 mana Duskbreaker is fine. It's very good. It's very, very good. I think this is a 1.5. I think it's pretty nuts. I think the condition of it is more doable than the Duskbreaker. Grifta, 4 mana 4/5. Discover 2 cards. Give 1 to your opponent at random. What the hell is this meme? This is such a meme card. I mean, it's a Yeti, and you just take. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's a meme card. It's a Yeti. Just treat it like a Yeti. Don't treat it like anything else. A Yeti is above average. So let's say it's a 2.5. It's a 2.5. Because you don't get to choose which one. So like you could high roll, but like you could also low roll, and I don't like that. I treat the battle card like it's nothing, and I'm gonna treat it like it's a Yeti, which is what it is. So it's a 2.5, 2.5. Only you know both cards. Yeah, you have a little bit more info. It's true. Faraki Battle Axe. Give a minion in your hand +2/+2 for overkill. It's a paladin weapon. That's very good. It's kind of close to an assassin's blade. So it's slower, but the +2/+2 is pretty nuts with the overkill. I think this is very good. I think it's going to be strong. It can buff up to 3 times, so +6/+6. Wow. I think it's a 1.5. I think it's very good. It's a little slow, but I think it pays for itself. I don't think it's too slow. I think people forget how strong hand buff is. Grim Rally. Destroy a friendly minion. Give your minions +1/+1. It's cute with like eggs and stuff. It's really hard to make work in Arena. I saw this neutral card. I don't know where it is, but it's pretty insane with it. But I think on average it's kind of hard to make work. It's really crazy if you get eggs, but like those aren't even offered very much in Arena. I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it's an average card. I'm going to put it at 3. I don't know how to rate this because it's very conditional on how floody your deck is. Gonna go ahead and give this a 3. Stampeding Roar, 6 mana, druid card, summon a random beast from your hand and give it rush. This is pretty insane with that new card. That overkill card. The 7 mana, 7. Oh my god. I feel like Arena's gonna gonna matter so heavily on how many of those things you get. Druid's gonna be nutty. I mean, you're generally gonna play this after you've dumped your hand of low cost beasts. So this with Violet Worm, this with the 7 mana card is insane. I think just because of the 7/7, it's just nutty. I'm gonna put this at a 2. I think Rush is so strong, and I think you really can control it. And honestly, like this with Basilisk is good enough, right? Wouldn't you do this if you played Basilisk and you had this Rush? Or like Gastropod? I feel like that's already good enough. And those are often the beasts that we're drafting, right? So it's just good. It's just good, right? You play 2 cards for 1, but you automatically get the value first. You get the trade, right? With the overkill, it's absolutely insane. Without the but I think it's just fine. Okay, I'm going to rate this at a 2.5, final answer. Because it is conditional, it does take 2 cards from your hand. But I think it generally pays for itself. It'll probably be a 2 for 2. Akali the Rhino, it's an 8 mana 5/5 beast, warrior, rush, overkill, draw a rush minion from your deck, give it +5/+5. It's very good. It's very good. There's a lot of rush minions on warrior, and rush is just a good keyword. And +5/+5 is nuts. That's bigger than a bone mare. It's 8 mana 5/5 rush, which is already not the worst thing ever. In the overkill, you draw a rush minion from your deck, and it keeps going. I think it's good. 8 mana 5/5 rush is not that bad. Overkill is fine. I'm gonna put this at a 1.5. I think it's nutty. I think it's nutty. Spirit of the Frog. It's the Shaman one. Stealth for 1 turn. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a spell from your deck that costs 1 more. You play Storm, you draw your Hex. You play Hex, you draw your Bloodlust. Or your Volcano. You need to cast 2 spells and draw 2 for this to be worth it. It's very conditional. I just don't know how many spells we're getting offered. We're not getting offered enough spells on Shaman, right? Yeah, I think it's below average. I'm gonna put it at 4. I don't think it's 4.5 because you can make it work. But yeah, it's a 4. Seems bad. Master's Call. Hunter. Discover a minion in your deck. If all 3 are beasts, draw them all. I mean, you're never gonna get 3. You're almost never gonna get 3 beasts. So you just 3-minute Discover is bad. You're just not gonna get 3 beasts, dude. Like, that's just not. That's just so hard to do for Arena. So it's 3-minute Discover a card, a minion, without. It's like Silhouette Tracker without the 2/2 body. So it's 4. It's below average. I mean, it's fine because it still does something, but it's just almost never gonna hit. I don't think it's very realistic. Crowd Roaster, 7-mana 7/4 dragon. Battlecry, if you're holding a dragon, deal 7 damage to an enemy minion. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Okay. 7-mana 7/4. The stats are honestly fine. Especially dealing 7. Oh my god. This is a... I mean, it's a 1 if you have dragons. It's a 1 if you have dragons, and it's a 4 if you don't have dragons. Right? It's a 1 if you have dragons. 7-mana 7/4 kill a minion. It's like a Vile Spine. Just like, it's gonna kill something, and you have a 7/4 on the board. That's insane. That's an insane swing. So yeah, I mean, if you have dragons, it's a 1. If you don't, it's a 4. That's it. I don't know how else to tell it. Like, yeah, that's insane. Captain Hook Tusk. Say that 3 times fast. 8-mana 6/3 pirate. Summon 3 pirates from your deck. Give them rush. I don't know how many friggin' pirates you have, man. Seems bad because I don't think you can get enough pirates. I have no idea. I don't think so. So it's bad. So it's 4.5. 8-mana 6/3 is like 4.5 worth of stats. All right, moving on. Ordered Loti. Choose one. So the transforms are, it's like a 1/6 taunt, a 1/2 poisonous stealth. It's what else is it? It's 2 other ones, right? This is just a flexible minion, and flexible minions are very good. Oh, it's a 4/2 rush? I don't remember. It has 4 forms. It's good. Essentially, it's good, right? It's a 1.5 because it's flexible. Flexible cards are good. It doesn't auto win you the game, but it's very good. All right, cool. Bloodscalp Strategist. 3-mana 2/4. If you have a weapon equipped, discover a spell. I know there's a new hunter weapon. I don't remember what it is, but you already have Candle Shot. You have the 3-mana thing. You have Gladiator's Longbow, and I think there's another weapon coming up. Yeah, it's good. It's a 3-mana 2/4. The below average stats with an upside. So below average stats into Discover a Spell. Discover a Spell is very good. Let's bump that up to a, I think it's like a 2.5. I think it's a 2.5. Yeah, solid. Elemental Evocation. The next elemental evocation. Is that how you say it? The next elemental you play this turn costs 2 less. It's Old Innervate. And oh shit, dude. Old Innervate is insane. I think it's fine because Mage has a lot of card draw and card creation, so I think it's gonna be very good. And yeah, I think it's great. 0 mana, 2 mana is very strong. I'm gonna put this at a, but it's still a 0 mana card. I still think it's a 2.5. Say it's a 2.5 here. You play this, you play this into the 4/5 elemental on turn 1, and you win the game. Good luck. Sightless Ranger. 5-mana 3/4 rush. Overkill, summon 2 bats. This is insane. You have to kill a, yeah, I think this is insane. I think this is a 1 because you kill a 2 health target, right? And you get 2 1/1s. I don't think it's that conditional. The thing is, these things need to be dealt with, and they can't always be dealt with. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 1.5 because the overkill is a little bit harder, right? Like, overkill is only, it has to have 2 health. I think it's a 1.5 though. I think this is I'm gonna pick it very, very, very frequently. I think it's really good. 1.5. I think overkill is a pretty nutty mechanic. Big Bad Voodoo. 2-mana spell. Give a friendly minion death rattle. Summon a random minion that costs 1 more. I love this card. How good is it actually gonna be? No idea. But I love it. It's probably not that good. but I love it. I'm gonna put it at a 2 because I love it. Oh man. You play this and then you trade it. I think it's probably going to be a 2 because you can low roll with it. It's not like Unstable Evolution. The reason why Unstable Evolution is so good is because when the card sucks, or like when it's bad, you just freaking reroll until it's good, right? Like this is a one shot, and it's not always going to be insane. But I think it's a 2. I think it'll still be good. You're always going to play it on something that has value, right? I love it. Alright, Ember Scale Drake. 5-mana 5/5 Warrior Dragon. If you're holding a dragon, gain 5 armor. It's Shield Maiden. It's a dragon. Dragon text is good for warrior, apparently. So, yeah, it's good. It's a Shield Maiden, which is a good card. It's a 2. It's a 2. I think armor is still relevant in warrior. Your health does kind of matter because you have weapons. And so health is more relevant on warrior, so the upside is nice. And it's got the dragon text, which is nice. Bad for dragon slayers, but still nice. And yeah, it's good. Gonk the Raptor. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. 7-mana 4/9 Beast. After your hero attacks and kills a minion, it may attack again. That's bad. Seems bad. Because... Oh, after your hero attacks and kills a minion, it may attack again. So it can hit, then you kill something, and it can hit again. Still pretty bad. Still pretty bad, right? Like, I mean, it's a 7 and a 4/9. Yeah, seems bad. Alright, so it's below average, right? The stats are just bad. I would say the stats are still playable, but below average stats. Oh, your hero can attack again. Then that's even worse. That's even worse. I'd rather this be able to attack again. What the hell am I gonna do with this thing? Alright, it's a 4. It's still a 4, right? It's probably still a 4. 4/9. It's 7-mana 4/9. It's below average stats. Okay. Mashog Announcer. Enemies attacking this have a 50% chance to attack someone else. So can this hit your own things? Okay, this is very good. A 5-mana 6/5 is above average, and then it has an upside, so it's just good. It's just 1.5. Seems like a very solid 1.5. I would take this every time. The Undertaker. Gain the death rattle effects of 3 friendly minions that died this game. That's just good. Like, it's just good. 8-mana 8/5 is fine. It's like below average in stats, but not that bad. And the 3 death rattles is a lot, and we generally play death rattle cards, right? So it's good. It is I think it's just a good card. It's slow, but I don't think it's insane. Probably just a 2. It's very slow, and like death rattles, like most death rattles that are playable in arena are not board focused, right? So like death rattle, think like, oh yeah, played a beetle. Think I mean Bone Drake is good, but like that's just a value. It's a value card. It's fine. Think like Violet Worm. That's insane though, but like a bunch of 1/1s. It still doesn't affect the board instantaneously, so I think it's meh. I think it's still a good card, but it's not like insane. It's gonna be really good if you have like statue and stuff, but that's conditional, right? There's not enough death rattles that do AoE. Snapjaw Shellfighter. Whenever an adjacent minion takes damage, this minion takes it instead. 5-mana 3/8. That's good. That's above average. I think you can do a lot with this, right? Yeah, I was gonna say plop this next to a gastropod or like a basilisk. It's a 5-mana 3/8 with an upside, so I would say it's a 1.5. I think it's a 2 on stats alone and a 1.5 for the upside. I haven't really fully grasped this card yet, but I mean, it should be good. Anything with text should be good. Very insightful, Hafu. So glad we're watching this card review. But yeah, I think once I test this card, it will be insane, and it will be 1.5. Alright, moving on. Mark of the Loa. Choose one. Give a minion +2/+4 in taunt or summon 2/3/2 raptors. That is very good. 4 mana 2/3/2s are very good. +2/+4 flexibility, very good. This is a 1. This is a 1. Seems insane. Wow, they're really giving druids a lot this expansion. It's just you have flexibility and the choose one is just added bonus. I think it's a 1. I think it's insane. 4 mana 2/3/2s? Or it has flexibility. I'm gonna put it at a 1. Boom. Alright. Lion Cracker. 7 mana 5/10. Overkill. Double this minion's attack. What the fuck? This thing's insane! What? Seems very good. This seems very good. This seems like it just ends games, right? This is a 1. This is a 1. This has to be a 1. It's a 5/10, so I like the stats. The overkill is insane. It's a 1. Seance. Choose a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. So it can be used, it's a convert that can be used on friendlies and enemies. It's a value card. It's slow, but it's good. I think it's kind of slow. I think it's probably going to be a 3. It's like average. Regenerate, restore 3 health. This thing sucks. It's a 4.5. You generally don't want to do this stuff, in my opinion. You can heal minions, but I don't think you want it. I think it's a 4.5. I wouldn't draft this. Sand Dredge. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a 1/1 zombie with taunt. This is very good. This is very, very good. I would say that this is it's a snowball card too. I would say that this is a 1.5. It's a 3/3 and you can just get value off it right away. And it like 1/1 taunt. The fact that it has taunt makes it pretty nutty. Bog Slasher, 3/3. 3-mana 3/3. Return a friendly minion to your hand and give it +2/+2. That's insane, is it not? It's a Brewmaster, but you get to combo it +2/+2. Is this not insane? It's a little slow because you brew things back, but I mean that's fine, right? I think it's a 1.5. Seems very good. The Beast Within. Give a friendly beast +1/+1, then it attacks a random enemy minion. So only attacks minions, which is nice. I don't think you really want... Yeah, it's interesting. I'm trying to imagine it. The thing is the random enemy minion makes it worse, right? So right now, let's say I have a tiger on the board, right? And they have, I don't know, a 4/4 and a 4. They have 2 4/4s on the board, and I have a 5/5 tiger. Can I attack the 4/4 and then use it? Will it kill the other 4/4? I can attack twice, right? Seems okay. It's kind of conditional though. I'm gonna put this at a 3. I don't know. I don't know how to rate this. I think it's one of those things that seems a little awkward. Seems a little awkward. The +1/+1 seems like meh, right? But then it can attack another minion. That's kind of good. Shit, dude. Oh my god. I have no idea how to rate this. Alright, let's rate this as a 2.5 because the reason being +1/+1 for 1 is okay, and the fact that you can kind of control the trades makes it a little bit better. And also, if you want a tempo class, it's going to be Hunter because you want to control the board early. So it seems okay to me. I think it's a 2.5. Splitting Image. When one of your minions is attacked, summon a copy of it. This seems insane. This is a mage secret, and this seems insane. It copies it before it's attacked, right? So this is like a 1.5. I want to say it's a. You guys think it's a 1? You just play this with a taunt and then you win. They have to have silence or polymorph or something. That's just crazy to me. You guys think it's a 1? You're probably right. It's probably a 1 and not a 1.5. This is insane. Cause yeah, you just play any big taunt, any big creature, and you just win, right? So yeah. Okay, I'll agree with that. I think it's a 1 as well. Very few counterplays. Then they sheep and attack your sheep. There's not that many sheeps in hexes in Arena. So yeah. Modra Master Zihi. Set each player to 5 mana crystals. That's so troll. Oh my god. So I play this on turn 6, and then you have 6 crystals. I play this, I have 5 crystals. It's your turn, you have 6 crystals. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to imagine this. Holy shit. How do I think about this, man? How do I think about this? So it's just a 6 mana 5/5. Anti-ramps a little? A 6 mana 5/5. I mean, it's nice against like late game classes like Priest, Druid, but I don't think it's that good. It seems really conditional, and you're still behind on crystals, right? Yeah, I think if you have an aggro deck, it's okay. But other than that, it just seems like a 4. Like, it seems below average to me. 6 mana 5/5 is just a 4, right? Mass Hysteria. Force each minion to attack another random minion. I want to see this played. I think... Did anyone get to play this? I said that this was great, like amazing. Me and David had to have a bet on this one. I said it's a 1. But yeah. I still think it's insane. I'm going to say that this is a 1 because board clears on priests are insane, and it feels like it's going to be insane. Anyway, I'm going to give it a 1 and then see what happens. Alright, move on. Spirit of the Rhino. 1 mana 0/3 stealth for 1 turn. Your rush minions are immune the turn they are summoned. This actually seems okay. Requires some comboing. It's still a 1 mana 0/3. 1 mana 0/3s are bad. I think it's probably still Like a 3.5? I think it's a 3.5. I think it's just kind of weird. They're only immune for one turn, right? And you have to hold this in your hand until you have it. And honestly, most rush cards, they don't trade very well on the board after. I just don't think it's going to be that good. I think it's going to be a 3.5. I wouldn't draft this very highly. Bloodsail Howler. It's a 2-mana 1/1 pirate. Rush. Gain +1/+1 for each other pirate you control. Seems bad. 4.5? 4.5 and moving on. Kragwa the Frog. 6-mana 4/6. Return all spells you've played last turn to your hand. It's kind of hard to use, but it's still good. It's a 6-mana 4/6, which is fine. You're pretty much paying 1 mana for stats, right? Like 5-mana 4/6s are fine. So 6-mana 4/6, you're paying the 1 mana for this upside. This with Unstable Evolution, man, you just have like five Unstable Evolutions, XD. You just win the game. But yeah, even if you play like one thing with it, it seems very good. It should be, I think it's going to be a very good 1.5. I think it's very close to just winning you the game. All right, Halazi the Lynx. 5-mana 3/2. Fill your hand with 1/1 lynxes that have rush. Seems really good, right? This seems very good. I think it's that seems insane actually. It's too slow on Hunter, is it? I don't think so. You can play this and then you can play the thing that resummons it. I think it's gonna be pretty nuts. I mean, if you have any beast energy, you have a Leok, you have a Direwolf, you have anything, it's pretty insane. It doesn't have rush itself, it doesn't need rush. It's a 5-mana 3 to get infinite 1/1s. I'm gonna say it's a 2. I think it's good. Spirit of the Lynx. Stealth for 1 turn. Whenever you summon a beast, give it a 1/1. This with that! Oh my god, Pog. This actually seems nuts. Because you play this, and then you play the thing that like resummons your beast that died this turn. Oh man, the combos. It's actually so meme. I think this is actually okay. I'm gonna give this a 2. I know it's slow, but I think you can do insane things with it. It works with Unleash. It works with like whenever you summon a beast, not play a beast. That's pretty different. Okay, well I'm gonna give it a 2. I think that I would draft this card. It's hard to think about, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Gonna go ahead and say it's a 2. I think you can make this work in a lot of different ways. Also, it needs to be dealt with. It's not 3 mana do nothing. You can summon things right away. You don't have to play on turn 3. It's not a turn 3 play. Anyway, Pounce. Give your hero +2 attack this turn. I think it's bad. David thinks it's good. I think it's bad. I don't think you need cards like this in Arena. It works with like the 2-mana cards and stuff. 0 mana deal 2. I'm gonna give this a 3. I think because it's 0 mana, 2 damage. But like the reason why it's a 3 isn't for what it does for its cost. It's because you can't really play cards like this. Too many of these. I just think low value cards. It's like the fact that it's low value and it doesn't do a whole lot. I think it's a 3. Just the same reason I think like Holy Smite and those cards just aren't that good right now. Tree Speaker. Transform your treants into 5/5 ancients. There's not enough treant makers right now. But even if you have one combo, it's insane. If you have any way to combo this, it's fucking nuts, right? Like, but how many ways can you make treants? There's like living mana, which God bless, I don't know how many of those you can turn into 5/5s. I guess if you turn them into 5/5s, you win. There's like the landscaping. What else is there? Witchwood Apple, but man, that takes a lot of setup and time. 5 mana 4/4 is below average in stats, right? So it's 4 for the stats. I guess it's a. I think it's a 2 if you have treants, and it's a 4 if you don't. So probably like a 2.5 as a final. Headhunter's Hatchet. If you control a beast, gain 1 durability. So it's a hunter weapon. If you control a beast, gain 1 durability. That's very good, right? It's yeah. These are great cards for hunter. A 2 mana 2/3 is insane, and a 2 mana 2/2 is fine. So this is very good. It's a 1.5. It's very close to being a 1. Scorch. Deal 4 damage to a minion, cost 1 if you've played an elemental last turn. So it's Wing Blast with an elemental tag, and it's just good. This is just good. It's a 1.5. 1 mana deal 4 is insane, and the conditional is very doable. And 4 mana deal 4 is honestly fine too. Halftime Scavenger. Stealth. Overkill. Gain 3 armor. You don't really care about overkill, but the 4 mana 3/5, the fact that it has stealth is good. So the stats are slightly below average, maybe average to below average, right? Like 3.5 in stats, and then the stealth makes it a good card. So I would say it's a 2.5. I think it's a 2.5. Stealth is very good because your opponents can't deal with it, and the overkill is like a slight buff. So yeah, 2.5. Serpent Wand, 2 mana 0/2. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. It's a totem. This thing's trash. It's a 4.5. This thing is terrible, right? It's a neutral totem. It's a 4.5. Jesus, it's bad. Maybe it is a 5. But it's a 2 mana 0/2. And it does something the turn it's played, meaning that you can still draft it. The 5s are like immune for a turn, like stuff like that. I've rated a few 5s. I mean, I think anything with stats is technically playable. 4 more champ. Summon a 5/5 hotshot. This is really good. This is a 2. It's a 1/1 and a 5/5 for 5. So it's a 2. It's just good. It's just good. Spell Zerker has spell damage +2 while damaged. It's a 2 mana 2/3 with an upside. Still a 2 mana card. I don't like 2 mana cards. I think River Crocs on their own are a 4. So it has an upside. I'll give it a 3.5. It's kind of hard to activate it, right? I don't think spell power matters that much in Arena, and it's still a 2-drop. Dozing Marksman has 4 damage while damaged. It's 4 attack while damaged. I don't see how you can play this. I play this as a 2 mana 0/4. You play a 2/3. I play a 3-drop. You ignore it. Don't you just ignore it? 4 mana 4/3 on Mage? I mean, I don't want a 4 mana 4/3. Don't I just ignore this thing? Isn't it just bad? It's nice with buffs on Priest, I guess. It seems like a 4. It's a 2 mana 0/4. Can kind of play it because it kind of has stats sometimes. Should be a 4.5. Should be a 4.5. It's pretty bad. Scarabag. Summon 3 1/1s. AoE protection. Death rattle. 3 1/1s are good. Seems good. This seems pretty good. This seems like a good card. I'm going to rate it out of 2 because flooding is nice. And it's pretty activatable. It's AoE protection. You can activate it with Dark Iron Dwarf, Funglemancer, any buff card. Seems good. Booty Bay Bookie. 2 mana 3/3, give your opponent a coin, and that's a battle cry. It's not worth it. I think giving your opponent coins is generally not worth it. Even and a 2 mana 3/3 isn't that good. If it was a 2 mana 3/4, I think I'd play it. 2 mana 3/3 seems a little bit too weak, especially because you give them the tempo back right away, right? So yeah, if it was a Death Rattle, I think it'd be more playable. I think it's fine, but it's not great. So I'm gonna give it a 4. I wouldn't recommend playing it. Helpless Hatchling. Reduce the cost of a beast in your hand by 1. Terrible. It's a 1 mana 1/1 with 1 mana ramp, which is bad because you're playing a 1 mana 1/1. So it's a 4.5 for me. Seems bad, man. Okay. Regenerating Thug. 4 mana 3/5 at the start of your turn. Restore 2 health to this minion. It's very good. You trade, and then they have to kill it. Otherwise, it keeps healing itself. This is pretty insane, I think. I think it's a 1.5. 1.5 needs to be dealt with. Banana Buffoon. 3 mana 2/2. Add 2 bananas to your hand. This is kind of cute. 3 mana 2/2. Give myself 2 bananas. This seems okay. 3 mana 2/2. The stats aren't very good, but if they play like something I can buff it up and trade, I'm gonna give this a 2.5. I think it's fine. Okay, Hildnir is a 2, right? Maybe a 1.5. A 3/4 is like a 2.5. Where does this fall? It's a nice late game card. And it's something you can still play on turn 3. Yeah, I think about a 2.5. I think it's much better on like Priest. But I think it's fine. I think it's probably like a 2 on Priest. Cheaty Ankle Biter. 2 mana 2/1 lifesteal, battle card, deal 1 damage. It's really good. This is a Murloc Blowgill Sniper? What is it called? It's Blowgill. And it has lifesteal, so it heals you for 1 right away, and then it has lifesteal. Because the battle cry will heal you for 1. Seems good. Yeah, seems like a good card. I think it's a good card too. Moshrock Enforcer. 8 mana 2/14 Divine Shield. Oh my god, Mossy Horror, this one. It's very annoying, but oh my god, the counter cards to this thing. I think it will do exactly what you think it'll do. It'll stop everything. It's gonna stop all pressure. Yeah, you can't think about Mossy and stuff. Yeah, you can't think about Cabal and stuff. Do you think Basilisk is a bad card? I don't understand. Do you think Gastroph? I mean, those are cheaper cards, but like, I don't know. That's silly to think about. Okay, would I rather have this? Okay, it has 16 stats for 8, which is what you're paying for. And then on top of that, it has Taunt and Divine Shield, which are upsides. I'm going to rate this at a 2.5. I actually think it's fine. I think it does exactly what you want it to do, which is just taunt and be annoying and be big. And I think that's around a 2.5. Especially, you know, Arena's all about value, and this is a lot of value. I don't think it's that risky. Like, you guys are naming very specific cards, but yeah, I mean, cards have counters. That's fine. Gurubashi Offering. At the start of your turn, destroy this and gain 8 armor. You can play with this with that summon a minion with for how much armor you have, but it's bad, right? This is just bad. So it's a 5. Yeah, this is actually just a 5, right? 1 mana, gain 8 armor, which is bad. So it's a 5. Arena Fanatic. Give all minions in your hand +1/+1. On turn 4, how many minions do I have in my hand, generally? On turn 4, how many minions do I have? Like 4? If I play if I pass turn 2, I play a turn 3. If I coin a 3 into 3, this is really bad. If I pass turn 2, play a 3, how many minions am I buffing? How many minions do I have to buff for it to be worth it? I need to buff 2 minions for it to pay for itself, right? If I buff 3 minions, I'm up, right? It's a 4 mana 2/3. So the stats are bad, but it kind of pays for itself afterwards. I think it's okay. It's probably average. The thing is, in top deck mode, this is terrible. In a value-oriented deck, it's pretty nuts. And it's probably below average. It's probably a 3.5. I'm going to give this a 3.5. I think it's slightly below average. I think you're paying too much. I think if it were 4 mana 3/2, it'd be better, but a 2/3 is really bad. Stats are very bad. Okay. And it's too expensive. Arena Patron. Overkill. Summon another Arena Patron. Doesn't seem that good. The thing is, right? If I play this, my opponent plays like a 5/5, and I can like deal 3 damage to it and then use this to kill it. I still get another Arena Patron, right? But it all depends on me having the attack. Yeah, it's a snowball card. It's hard to think about this one. A 3/3 might be a little bit too hard to protect, so I'm probably gonna put it at below average. I think it's a 4. 2 mana, 2/1, Shield Breaker. Silence an enemy minion with Taunt. I mean, this seems bad. You don't really care. It's nice against Tar Creepers. It's a 2 mana 2/1. You don't really care about taunts. I think it's below average. It's probably like a 4. It's a 2 mana 2/1. Do you care about silencing enemy minions with taunt? It's conditional. It's a conditional 2 mana. Okay, there's Lone Champion, there's Tar Creeper, there's Gastropod. Those are some good hits. Other than that, doesn't matter. Anti-Tyrion? You're worried about drafting this in case you play against Tyrion in Arena? It's good against Steed. So you're holding this in hand hoping they Steed you. I think on average it's bad. I'm gonna give it a 4. I mean, if I play Tar Creeper and you play this, am I that upset? My Tar Creeper just kills your Shield Breaker and then we move on. Like, what, is that good? Like, I'm not that upset. You play this in response to my Tar? Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say it's a 4. Arena Treasure Chest. Death Rattle, draw 2 cards. 4 mana to draw 2. Seems bad. Seems bad. It's a 4.5, right? Because you can technically play it. It'll die eventually, and then you'll draw 2, but it's very slow. Dragon Maw Scorcher. 5 mana 3/6 dragon, neutral. Deal 1 damage to all of the minions. This card is nuts. I think this is a really, really good. I think this is a 1, honestly. It's Despicable Dreadlord. Unfortunately, it hits your own minions, but it stops aggro. It's really good, and it's 5 mana 3/6 is just good. So yeah, I think this is a 1, and it's got dragon text. And you can play it, Battlecry, and then play the rest of your stuff, right? So yeah, it's a 1. Drakari Trickster, 3 mana 3/4. Give each player a copy of a random card from their opponent's deck. It's just good. Like, it's just a 3/4. I think the Battlecry doesn't matter too much. I think it's a 3 mana 3/4, and we're just gonna say it's good. So it's a 2.5 because of its stats. Maybe a 2 because it gives you Steam. 3 mana 3/4 is. I don't think 3 mana 3/4 is good anymore. I think it's like 2.5, right? I think like Hildnir is good. I guess a Hildnir is a 1.5, but a 3 mana 3/4 is fine. It's like what you want. It's generally what you want now. It's like a 2.5. I guess it is good. I don't know. It's 2.5, 2.5. Whatever. Rumble Tusk Shaker. 4 mana 3/2 Death Rattle, summon a 3/2 Rumble Tusk Breaker. So it's a 4 mana 3/2 Death Rattle, summon a 3/2. Seems good. 2 3/2s for 4. Seems good. I think it's a 2. I like Death Rattle cards, and I would rather have a 3/2 than a 2/3, right? So 3/2s are better, right? Do we agree? I think we like 3/2s right now, especially on turn 4. And then 2 of them. Seems good. Ice Cream Peddler. Battlecry. If you control a frozen minion, gain 8 mana. Why do I care about armor? So it's a 4 mana 3/5. I don't care about armor. I'm gonna say that's like nothing. So it's a 4 mana 3/5, which is average. It's a solid 3. Ordinary Tortoise. Deal 5 damage to your hero. 3 mana 3/5. Yeah, I'd pay 5 for this. I'll take it. I think this is a 2. I think it's worth taking the 5 damage. 5 is a lot, actually. Oh, 5 is a lot. It's unplayable at late game, but you play it on turn 2 or turn 3, it's very good. 5 HP for 1 health. 1 health is a lot. That's the difference between the 3-drop and a 4-drop. Okay, I think actually 5 health is a lot to pay. I think I drafted pretty highly, though. I think I still put it at a 2.5. No, I think I put it at a 2. I think I draft this pretty highly. If this is up against Hildnir, which one do I take? If this is up against a 3-4, which one do I take? I take this one. I take Ordinary because I want to be ahead on the board. I think you can pay the 5 damage. Yeah, I think I'm going to rate this as a 2. I know 5 is a lot. It's unplayable at a point, but it's still insane tempo early. I think 1 stat point makes a big difference early game. And so you're happy to pay that 5. Flash of Light. Restore 4 health, draw a card. You can restore health to your minions as well. It's 2 mana cycle and it does something. I think it's actually a fine card because it cycles and you're generally healing your minion. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3. I'm going to give this a 3. I think it's just average. Bloodclaw. Deal 5 damage to your hero. 1 mana, 2/2. What class is this? Paladin class? Deal 5 damage to your hero. I like Light's Justice better, right? I think I like Light's Justice better. I think it's kind of bad. I think it's a 4. 1 mana, 2/2 weapon. You're probably taking too much damage. Alkanai Phantasm. This turn your healing effects deal damage instead. It's a 2 mana 3/2. So you can do this and you can ping with your hero on turn 4. You can play this on turn 2 for tempo. You can do this and then play the Squashlings. Why are you guys so excited about this card? It doesn't seem that good. It's a 2 mana card, so I already don't like it because I don't like 2-drops. And then it has an upside, which is okay. You can Alkanai Circle on turn 2. Why do you want to... You have to draft... How often are you drafting Circle of Healing? Hello? We're drafting Circle of Healing? Okay, I'm going to give this a 3 because that's where I think it goes. I think it's a... I guess a 2.5 because a 2 mana 3/2 should be around a 3 on Priest, especially. 2-drops are okay in Priest. I'll give it a 2.5. I don't think it's that good. And it's only on that turn. It's not like Alkanai, continued effects. I'm going to give it a 2.5. I don't think it's any higher than that. Serrated Tooth. Give your minions rush. What class is this? It's a rogue weapon? It's a rogue weapon. I don't like it. The reason I don't like it is because I don't want to pay for a 1/3 weapon as a rogue. I don't want that. Do you want that? I don't want that. So I'm essentially paying a card to give my minions rush for a turn. That doesn't seem like I want that. Saves you the mana to weapon also. You're not playing 2-drops on rogue. I think it's bad. I'm gonna put this at a 4. I think it's below average. I don't think you want to pay 1 mana for a 1/3. I think the rush thing is cute, but like doesn't seem that good. I don't think giving minions rush is that strong, especially for paying a card for it. Stolen Steel, rogue, discover a weapon from another class. Give me that Vine Cleaver, baby. The thing is, it can draw legendaries, right? Oh my god, this with Twig? There's also very bad ones, like the Dragon Soul. The Priest one is very bad. A Luneth is pretty awkward in Arena. There's a bunch more that I just can't think of right now. Okay, well, I'd probably give this a 3 because I'm not sure you need to discover weapons anyway. And it's 2 mana to do that, so I'll give it a 3. Wartbringer. If you played 2 spells this turn, deal 2 damage. It's a Shaman spell. Shaman card. Shaman 1-drop. If you played 2 spells this turn, deal 2 damage. How often are you doing that? I mean, it's a 1 mana 2/1, which is below average, and then it has an upside. I guess it's a 3.5. 1 mana 2/1 is generally average, but because it's a 1-drop, I'm rating it at below average. 1 mana 2/1 is fine, but like once again, you don't. Playing 1-drops is very hard to win in Arena right now. It's mostly about value. So when you have cards like this, you just fizzle out. So for those reasons, I'm rating it below average. Like Rivercroc, Wartbringer, pure stats that are 1-drops and 2-drops, I rate below. And yeah, I think it's kind of hard to get off. I still think it's just below average. I think it's just a 4. Like, I don't think it's going off. Blood Troll Sapper, 7 mana Warlock card. After a friendly minion dies, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. So 7 mana 5/8. The stats are fine. I mean, the stats are just fine, right? I would play a 5/8. I think it's probably a good card, actually. You can really finish games with this. It's probably a good card. It's a 2. Because a 5/8 is fine. Like, those stats are fine. And then the upside, I think the stats are like a 2.5. And then the effect, I would bump it up to a 2. 13 in stats is 6 mana? Yeah, but the thing is, it's a 5/8. 13 in stats, the 5/8, the attack distribution makes it better, right? I'd rather have a 5/8 than a 4/10, for example. I think these stats are better. Anyway, Demon Bolt. Destroy a minion. Costs 1 less for each minion you control. So if I control 3, then it costs 5. If I control 0, it costs 8. If I control 5, it costs 3. Pog! I think it's good. I think it's, you play this with Violet Worm after you trade. It costs 1. I think it's a good card. I'm gonna give it a 1.5 because I think it's hard to control. But generally, it's gonna be better than the Siphon Soul. Devastate! Oh, we're done. Thanks for watching my card reveal. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know. I know that this one was a little bit shakier than most because I didn't have time to review the cards beforehand, so I apologize. And I also didn't get the chance to play with these cards. I didn't get to go to one of the pre-releases, so unfortunately my ratings will probably be a little bit more off. But I'm excited to see new cards in Arena, and we'll see how I do. Till next time.